Continuing coverage on the First Step Center for Domestic Violence Services being at risk of closure. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Juliana Fafari.
And I'm Aaron Leedy. The risk of closure came after a portion of the center's funding was pulled by the United Way of Fostoria. Well, now the center is speaking out about its future and its ability to stay open.
NBC 24's Sutton Donovan has followed the story with First Step and has the latest details.
After I spoke with First Step Board President Amy Kinney, she said she knew a miracle had to happen to keep the center open. Now she says a miracle has happened and helped better the future of First Step. The last time I sat down with Amy Kinney, the board president of the First Step Center for Domestic Violence Services, the weight on her shoulders was palpable. When we spoke, the center was quiet with no one walking around. As she explained, First Step might be closing.
Knowing that individuals who were victims of domestic violence would have nowhere to go for emergency shelter, it literally was breaking my heart.
But now on Friday, the era First Step was the opposite. It was bright and you could hear kids playing just outside the room we were in, as Kinney told me that a new partnership is allowing First Step to keep its doors open.
I sat in my recliner at home, I will never forget it, and cried.
The new partnership is with the Seneca County Job and Family Services. After looking through their budgets, they realized they had funding that could help First Step.
We do get these funds every year, so we expect to be able to work with them again next year. We're looking forward to it and just how we can help families together.
Kinney found out the news around Thanksgiving. Before that day, she had been counting down the days until the doors possibly closed at First Step.
Or I recall saying to our treasurer, Scott, it's only a month essentially, and we've got to make a decision.
But now, because of the partnership with the Seneca County Job and Family Services, First Step will stay open and now be able to provide more resources for survivors.
Knowing that not only are we going to be able to continue serving, but we're going to be able to continue serving them at a level higher than we've ever been able to do before.
Back in September, the United Way of Fostoria said that First Step no longer met the criteria for funding, which is why the funding was pulled. We reached back out again today for clarification on what criteria First Step did not meet, but met for the United Way of Tiffin, Seneca County. Our calls have gone unanswered. Reporting in the newsroom, Sutton Donovan, NBC 24 News.